If you are at a place where you are crushing it in your professional life, but for some damn reason, you feel like you're struggling in your personal life, you're not alone. Many leaders I talk to share these frustrations of feeling like at work, everything is humming, everything's going well, but for some reason, something feels off, something feels strange, something isn't feeling congruent to the success they're experiencing in their job. They come home and they feel disconnected from their partner. They feel like they're not connecting with their kids. Life just feels heavy, even though their work is winning. Today, I'm going to share with you one core strategy to help you win both at work and at home. And I guarantee you, it is not what you think. So let's get after it. So years ago, I was running an innovation association for Fortune 500 brands. Our clients were like BMW and Disney and Coca-Cola. And there I was grinding in all this exponential growth, putting out all the consulting calls, all the webinars, all the content. And then one day, my wife is headed out the door with the kids, off to soccer practice. And I tell her, shouting out the door, "I'll be there in just a minute." 5 minutes later, I finished up my work. I walk out of my office and everyone's gone. So I pick up my cell phone, I call my wife, and she says these words. She said, "When you're ready to rejoin the family, I hope we'll still be around." I was frustrated. I told myself, I'm doing this for the family. I told myself, I have to put in these hours in order for us to succeed. I told myself, this is just the grind of business. Except that this was my relentless pursuit for over 2 years. My wife got my attention. So instead of losing my family, I made a different choice. I became my kids' soccer coach. What I'm about to share with you, I've shared with C-level executives, I've shared with entrepreneurs to give them meaningful work and a meaningful personal life without sacrificing either. Many entrepreneurs believe that it's not possible to have both professional and personal success. And yet, that's what we call the entrepreneur's catch-22. Why is my career doing so well, but I feel so disconnected at home? I don't even know my kids anymore. Work is so demanding, my personal life is just gonna have to wait. Dating, good friends, hobbies, health, all these things we put on the back burner. So before I get to the one key that's gonna help unlock the best of both worlds, I wanna share with you the one driving factor that's actually complicating this whole thing. This is true for me, this is true for you. And it's one simple thing, our ego. Now, the ego can look many different ways. It can be pride, it can be control, it can be fear, it can be all sorts of other manifestations. But we first have to understand that as entrepreneurs, we are driven creatures. Like, this is the way we're wired. We're a different kind of species. This is what makes us who we are. But that doesn't mean we have to drive for driving's sake. Understand this, a true mover and shaker doesn't always have to move and shake. But so often, as the driven people that we are, we actually end up building our identity around the thing we're doing. And so we'll go and we'll go and we'll go because we think it defines us on some level. And yet we've seen examples of so many other entrepreneurs that have found a different way. They were able to decouple themselves from the work and be able to live the life that they're working for. People like Oprah Winfrey, people like Richard Branson, where they've built entire empires, but yet have a quality and caliber of life that we all desire ourselves. This is why we're driving. This is why we're doing what we're doing. But if we're driven by just the ego or just the identity, we're going to actually miss out on the very treasure we're trying to create through the work that we do. So the belief that you can't have success in your professional life and success out of your personal life, well, that's the entrepreneur's catch-22. And it's a myth, an absolute myth. So what is the one key to unlock both your professional and personal success? It's this one understanding. You are your most valuable client. If your client who maybe has like 70% of your business, let's say they're a huge client and they're super, super valuable to your company, and they walk into your office and say, look, I need you available at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. You're going to be like Moses parting the Red Sea. You're going to perform miracles just to make this happen. You're going to manifest everything possible so that at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, you're available. And what if that was you? What if you treated yourself with that sort of priority, that in your mental game, in your physical game, in your relational game, you prioritize time, energy, connection? Because here's what we don't understand. Every day we're giving away time and energy to everything else except for what was truly important. The things that make you happy, fulfilled, satisfied, connected, present, aligned. All of these things must begin with you, and nobody can do it for you. No one, not even the best of executive assistants, though they may try. You have to prioritize yourself in such a way that now you're showing up for the things that truly matter. And the more you let go of the control, the more you let go of the fear, the more you let go of all the things that have been driving you, the easier it is for you to show up in true power and presence for your team, to build culture, to build joy and happiness, to build energy and momentum. And then you get to carry that home. And what if you have that same sense of priority at home, where your presence with your kids, your presence with your partner, your presence with those that are important with you are getting the best of you? You put your phone down and you turn it off maybe. You put it on silent. What if you're in the middle of conversations and your eyes are not leaving them? What if you're in this place where the way you show up for your family shows them that they're a priority too? So here's the truth. The happiest of leaders become the most impactful and effective leaders. So in the same way that you would give your utmost of time, attention, and energy to your greatest client, I want you to give the same to you. This is how you treat you. In your health, in your family, in your relationships, in your time, in your well-being. You are your most valuable client. Respect it, own it, honor it, for yourself, for your family, for your company. So I want to pause for just a second. And I want to ask you to imagine, how would you feel if you walked into your home and you felt the peace, the connectedness, the affections of those that you love? What would it feel like to walk into your business, into your company, and have this sense of knowing that everything at home is amazing? What if you lived a life that was congruent and aligned, where you had both your professional and your personal life in high success capacity? So when that call comes in and says, hey, can you meet me at 4? Your answer can be, I've got another appointment. It just so happens to be a dance recital. Or perhaps somebody says, hey, I want to meet you for that breakfast. And you can say, I've got something going on at that time. And that's your 2-mile run in the morning. And then when your investor says, we have to meet at 7 p.m. on that certain night, you say, I'm sorry, I've got something really important already scheduled. And that's your date night, exclusively for you and your spouse. So this is what's possible when you treat yourself as your most valuable client. Everyone wins. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, man, it seems so simple, but oh my God, this is gonna be so hard to implement. How am I gonna make this happen? I get you, I feel you. At first, it feels super challenging. I got you. I'm gonna help you implement these principles even faster and easier in your business and life in the next video.